Hey everyone, Sarah Velli, nurse practitioner and clinical hyperbaric practitioner and owner here at Iconic Health. I want to share with you a little moment I had with my daughter yesterday. I also had it with an adult yesterday, the same type of conversation about the basics. And just to kind of go over what we do here, but at the same time, remind everyone that we can't be looking for quick fixes, even in functional medicine, right? So, me and my daughter are sitting, she has a little cough going on that she has some post allergies. You can hear it. I have a little post nasal drip too. And so she said, last night she looked at me and kind of said, Mommy, at school, somebody asked me why I still have this cough, and why I just haven't, why, if you're a nurse practitioner, why I haven't taken medication. She's like, can you give me some medication? And I said, well, I asked her the simple questions. I listened to her lungs. I did my due diligence. Um, she was fine. And I said, is the cough bothering you? Does it hurt? Does your chest hurt? We went over all those things. She hasn't had a fever. And she said, no. And I said, okay, well, let's walk through what you should be doing, right? When you get home from school and when you're at school, you need to eat a healthy lunch. You need to go to bed on time. You need to get lots of rest. You need to drink lots of water, maybe something warm like a soup or something when you get home that's soothing, a little honey in the morning, a little warm water with that. And she kind of looked at me and was like, well, how long is that going to take? And this reminded me that this is a question all the time, right? It's very easy to be like, let me take this new peptide. Let me take this new weight loss medication. Let me take this new thing. And then I go through an assessment with a patient and they're not sleeping. They're not eating well. They're eating junk. They're not getting sunlight in the morning. They're not moving intentionally every day. And so, just like the conversation I had with my 9-year old, all these things that we do in functional medicine are super fun, super cool. But if you're going to a provider that all of a sudden sees you in one visit and it's like, oh, your blood work is okay, there's a few things off, let's put you on 20 different medications, or put you on 20 different peptides and all these little stacking protocol, but it simply hasn't asked you, how do you sleep? What do you eat? How much do you move every day? How much water do you drink every day? And if you haven't gotten those things down packed yet, we shouldn't really be moving to the next step. Sure, we can stack those things with it. In her case, she didn't need a medication. She kind of looked at me and said, like, that's going to be hard. Yeah, it is hard, but it is the better way. You've got to give your body its ability to heal itself. That truly is functional medicine. And again, these peptides can help amplify that, and that's fantastic, but they do not replace basic functional medicine where we are sleeping properly, eating properly, taking things that our body needs, um, moving intentionally, waking up intentionally. And so these are all things that we kind of go over in our practice first. And you'll find I'm a little bit of a stickler for this. I think that the basics should be in place before we start on some of these other things and have expectations that they're going to do the work for us. So functional medicine, if you're interested in it, you've got to be willing to do the work. This is a prime example of that. So if this is the train you want to jump on and be involved in functional medicine, check yourself and see if you're doing some of those basic things first before you start jumping into some of these peptide protocols and different cool protocols that are out there.